Welcome to Softcore History.
Welcome back to Softcore History. I'm your host, Dan Regester. Now I'm joined, as always, with Jake Goldman.
Hi. Hey, what's up? I'm vaccinated.
Ugh,
First shot.
you disgust me.
I'm sorry
to
I didn't.
explain why you kept trying to touch my penis. And
Yeah.
also, you can't spell anymore.
You didn't earn this, okay? You didn't earn these antibodies.
Jake literally texted me earlier. He was like, "Can I suck your penis?" Every word was misspelled. And he was like, "I just got vaccinated. Can I suck your penis?" All the words were misspelled, and he just wanted to like hook up with me.
Corny tuck your peenie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Anyway,
only one shot deep, though.
Vaccine.
I'm only one
the
shot deep,
vaccine
yeah.
made you mentally disabled and gay.
I am certifiably reborn autistic and gay now.
Yep.
I wore my short shorts today because of it.
Yep.
But no, I also feel great.
Oh, me too. I got my Lulus on. Yeah.
Oh, you got a little Lulu?
Yeah.
You sure you didn't get the vaccine?
No, I told
With
you.
those
Antibodies
Lululemon
the
shorts?
old-fashioned way.
He grew up vaccinated.
I earned these.
In Philadelphia? In
Yeah.
Delaware County?
Yeah, the sewer water. My
Yeah,
dad's a
I'll do it.
waterman, so, I was probably drinking the,
The runoff?
Yeah.
You get the discount water?
what do they always say is in the water?
Lead?
Is there lead in the water?
Oh, you're talking about...
What's the conspiracy theory?
well, there's a bunch of stuff, but it's fluoride that they
Fluoride,
normally
that's
talk
right.
about.
There is
Yeah.
fluoride in the water.
Yeah,
There's always fluoride in the water.
It makes the population like docile, or who knows the fuck.
Impotent,
Impotent,
docile.
yes,
Reduces your.
That is what I've been blaming my impotence on lately.
But
is the water.
It's good for your teeth, though, right?
Fun conspiracy theory fact. There's a deeper theory that it calcifies your pineal gland, which allows you to be connected to the more higher worldly.
Oh yeah.
like
You don't
God
get to see
and
miracles and everything.
yeah. You're just kind of
do you
like
get to see the DMT elves?
you can't
Okay.
if you drink too much tap water and it has fluoride in it.
I always drink it straight out of the faucet.
I do tap water too. I don't care.
I used to say a word that I guess I was told it was incorrect. For whatever reason, I always grew up said spigot, but it just sounds racist.
With the two G's.
Spigot.
It's a spigot.
Spigot?
Spigot.
With two G's.
I don't
Spigot.
like
understand
bigot?
how you could have mispronounced that so badly.
Well, I don't know. Just drinking
Spigot?
water out of this.
He never
Drinking water
read
out of
it.
it. Just drinking water
That'd be
out
like
of the
if
spigot.
someone pointed to like the curb on the like street, and you were like, "Yeah, that's a," and then just used a Jewish slang word.
Well, I
Thank you
can
for
see it
knocking
being
my
the
mic
difference
out
between
of
like curb and
my
curve.
face.
Like a curb is different than a curve.
They're both curbs, though.
But spigot and spigot, like phonetically, it's not that hard to see how he got there.
Should I introduce the other voice
Yeah, you should.
on this podcast?
Yeah, we can drop this combo.
How deep are we right now? Probably like a few
2
minutes.
minutes, fine. Two,
That's
3
fine.
minutes.
Yeah, we're just having fun, Dan.
And that other voice, of course, is Raw Fox.
Yep. The one that Jake texted, being like, Clay, Manai,
How many ranch water deep
Souk,
are you right now?
your Plenus.
You're like 5 ranch waters deep?
5 or 6.
Why do you always get like so fucked up before the podcast?
Yeah,
'Cause I
what
like
do you?
it.
Because well, yeah, hard to argue with that,
Yeah.
Dan.
Then he's gonna safely drive home on
Well-
the Texas roads.
I mean, Texas roads. He's probably not even hitting like.
I'm actually convinced, by the way, that I could do a driving test better near blackout drunk than half the drivers in the state could do dead sober.
Well, they don't test the actual driving skills, right? Until
they
recently.
do now.
Yeah.
They didn't used to. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
as long
yeah.
as your parents were like, "Oh yeah, you're good."
Yeah, they signed up. I know multiple people who grew up in the state who were like, "Yeah, I actually literally didn't know how to drive a car when I was issued my driver's license." Because you go in and you have to be like, "That's a stop sign."
What does the red light mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And then like the parents can just be like, "Oh, I taught him how to drive."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That's weird.
You can see it on the roads here.
Yeah, you can,
I mean,
absolutely.
You can fucking see it.
Well, the decision-making process is, I think, is the biggest thing. It's like, I saw a guy in Burnett Road, which is 4 lanes. It's 2 one way, 2 the other. Miss his turn and just put it in reverse to get to his turn.
It is. You remember
Put it
that
in
article that
reverse.
came out not that long ago about the guy that moved here from California who hated Austin, and he was like, "I regret moving here into this
Yeah.
4,000 square foot
there's no
home.
mountains.
Yeah,
I can't go skiing in Austin, Texas.
The one thing he got right is he was like, the drivers here are lizard brained.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's accurate. We're talking full stops before making a right turn on a major road.
Well, the best
getting into the other lane at the last possible moment. Blinkers left on or not used. Like, they're never used correctly. It's either left on for 30 minutes or not used.
We call that the perpetual left in Florida. It happens a lot with the old people. They just turn it on and they forget.
Yeah.
And they just keep driving past their turn.
If I drive past them and they're fucking 70,
yeah,
I'm okay with it.
No, when it's a 26-year-old, though, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah. Anyway.
Florida's a wild card, though.
We're not here to talk about drivers.
What are we here to talk about, Dan?
We're here to talk about a little fun and flirty topic. That's why I turned my hat backwards, like I'm a young, youthful 35-year-old Rob Fox.
Tee-hee.
Callaloo.
Yeah, Colin Cowherd would not be. I would not be a franchise quarterback in his eyes with my hat turned this way.
To be fair, I will be younger once I start drinking my child's blood.
Dude, you got to hook me up with that adrenochrome.
Fuck off.
Is he just going to be? You're going to have your own personal blood boy.
Yeah, my own personal blood boy, and that's after, by the way, I eat my fucking wife's placenta.
The placenta's kind of. That's
raw.
like.
You're getting the stem cells straight.
The placenta's kind of like the sun-dried
dome.
tomatoes of like creepy foods. Like it's over and done. You're on the right path with the blood.
Well, yeah, obviously the baby blood is like the main thing, but
Do you fry it up like this?
No.
What do you do?
No.
You throw it in the air fryer?
You eat it raw.
The placenta? Yeah, if you cook it, I imagine you denature everything.
You can throw anything
valuable.
in an air fryer, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I might put some oregano on it, but it'll still be raw.
Oh, you should
We're
put
talking. We're talking like how do you season? What do you when you eat raw beef?
Oh,
What's
like
it called?
tartare?
Yeah. How do you season tartare?
I mean, it's usually with some sort of acidic.
Yeah, I'm gonna have placenta tartare.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of ceviche. I don't know if you
won't
do lemon
believe
with tartare.
How good I'm gonna look afterwards.
You're gonna like the way you look.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. Placenta.
Anyway, fuck it. We'll talk about what my wife pushes out later. Let's talk about this subject instead.
Yeah, it's my subject, and we're covering Aldrich Ames today. You guys familiar?
No.
You guys
No.
familiar?
Did you send us links today?
No, sure didn't.
Okay, cool.
I figured I'd just.
At this point, we
be
like
the
going in
captain.
blind better.
Yeah, it's way more fun.
Usually better. But yeah, he is a 31-year CIA operative
Okay.
for the United States, obviously, and a 9-year mole for the Soviet Union.
I assume the last 9.
Yeah.
So wait, he flipped in favor of the Soviet Union?
Correct.
He's an American traitor.
Oh,
He,
cool.
He is responsible for the most deaths of undercover agents in spy history.
Whoa. That's not good.
And yeah, he's a pretty interesting dude. So I figured we'd get into it.
Bit of a dick.
Kind of a
Kind
jerk.
of a dickhead, yeah.
But you know what? As many of our Twitter followers have started saying, I think I like him. I think I like this Ruski.
Yeah, it's like, how can we make this terrible human being sort of likable? Right?
Yeah. No, we're just.
From what you told me throughout the day, he does some relatable shit.
We're gonna cover some things. We're gonna be like, yeah, I kind of see. Yeah, I get it. Maybe
It's a slightly relatable.
And for Rob especially, because boy, oh boy, does he have some relatable qualities to you?
Oh man, I can't wait.
And he kind of like, if we're being honest here, if you look up a picture of Aldrich Ames, the first picture that comes up with the glasses and the mustache, like when he gets arrested, honestly, Jake, looks like you.
Huh.
Kind of looks like you. Honestly, I kind of wish you wore your glasses today and not a hat.
So he looks like Jake, acts like me.
Yeah. So little
Tight.
special place in my
And if
heart.
you-
Like a dangerous person.
And if you let me get my vaccine desires out, we could have that person in this world, Rob. We could make a butt baby together.
So he's, pretty basic white dude from Wisconsin. He's
a good way to
born
start.
May 26th, 1941, so birthday month.
Oh, yeah.
With us.
He's a Gemini, though.
Oh, he is. He's not Taurus.
He's not a Taurus.
Wait, what are your birthdays?
May 14th.
And May 20th.
Oh, Courtney's
birth-
May 21st.
Same
Yeah, she's
birthday as
Gemini.
Gronk
Yeah.
for May 14th.
No, I know.
Wait, when does that change?
When does it change? I'm the cusp.
Halfway through the month. I don't know.
You're the
I'm the last day of Taurus usually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about this for a while?
yeah. we
Kinda,
should. I mean,
yeah.
can we get Veronica back?
Cold
And
cast?
She could probably.
Veronica
Read
would
our
give
horoscopes.
a
I've
good
been reading
rundown of everything.
I've been reading a lot of Aleister Crowley lately. I could probably go on for a while about it. But
Go ahead and check out that episode. What was it? The Salem witch trial?
No, it
No.
wasn't Salem. It was a different witch.
She was
different
she was
witch, yeah.
dope
She
too.
did, yeah, that witch was a la fucking whatever, some French witch.
It's an old episode. Go ahead and listen to that
Yeah,
episode.
yeah. We recorded it at my house.
Yeah, we did.
I
We
didn't
did
even work here yet.
we did a mystical card reading for Dan.
We did a
Tarot
We
card
did. I got
Tarot
the
card.
towers. which is apparently pretty bad. But
It's 9/11.
Yeah, you're gonna have
I
a
got the
9/11.
9/11 card.
That's
Yeah,
your
the
personal
9/11
9/11 card.
Yeah. Veronica was just like, your life is 9/11.
all right, well, this Ames obviously he didn't cause as many deaths as 9/11, but he did cause quite a few. So
Tell
we'll,
us.
we'll get into him. So he's born May 26, 1941, oldest of three, has two sisters. He is the son. His dad was a professor who turned CIA operative himself.
Professor at what? Madison or?
Some bumfuck school in
okay.
Wisconsin, yeah. But yeah, he gets a job with the CIA in 1953 and moves the family to Southeast Asia.
That's like new CIA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
like right off the cut.
And
off
this is
the top.
right after the Korean War.
Yeah.
So 1953, the Korean War, 1950 to 1953, I think.
Sometime around there.
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So CIA set up shop over in Southeast Asia to prevent the spread of communism and all that fun stuff.
A noble cause.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Not necessarily nobly fought, but
Yeah, ask Cambodia. Yeah.
honestly, South Korea was pretty happy we fought.
I'm sure they were.
Yeah. South Korea is very happy that we stopped communism from going into there.
Yeah, there's a lot of communism around there.
Old man picks up a little bit of a drinking problem. So CIA is like kind of a liability. We're going to push you back to Virginia. Going to go back to D.C. Going to go to the headquarters of
Not
CIA.
Langley?
And he becomes a pencil pusher at CIA headquarters for the rest of his career.
So in Langley.
Yeah, Langley.
Yeah.
Langley, Virginia.
Well, I mean, they go back and forth between D.C. and Virginia.
Oh, well, yeah.
Langley's suburban DC.
Yeah, Virginia, Maryland.
Whatever.
It's all if you like live around that area,
It's DC.
it's all
Yeah.
you commute.
Everyone knows you're a Nats fan.
Or no one's an Oriole fan.
No, everyone's an Orioles fan. Orioles and Nats got in a big fight about that when the Nats went to DC.
Oh, really?
Orioles owner was like, "Fuck this," because he had TV rights for the whole fucking area.
Yeah.
And then the Nats were just like, "We're taking most of your people."
Send him back to the Expos.
No.
Send them back to Montreal.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know why anyone has any love for that
I
franchise.
love the
They were
Expos.
getting like 2,000 fans a game.
Vlad
Yeah.
Guerrero, dude. That team was loaded.
I mean, you could say the same about the fucking Rays. They don't get a lot of people
And
either.
the Marlins
Yeah.
move both those teams. They don't care about them.
No.
A city
dare
full
you.
of Cubans
How-
should be able to fill a stadium.
How dare you?
I mean, God, yeah, the Marlins. I'd rather go to Tropicana Field than
Derek
the
Jeter
Marlins
is
thing.
turning that organization around.
Yeah,
bro.
no one will show up for it though, but it's fine. Anyway,
There's things to do in Miami. Okay. So Aldrich was your typical high school theater kid. There you go, Rob.
hey,
Give us some jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
hey, Broadway, what do you know? I'm gonna dance and sing and hey, hey, ho.
Nice. Oh, I got a snap for that. That's right. That's the cultured way to.
No, I'm doing West Side Story now.
Oh.
Boy, crazy boy. Stay cool, boy. Got a rocket in your pocket. Stay cool, boy.
Why do you not want Rob to be 6 ranch waters deep for every episode?
You're
We're
right.
in a gang.
I just want him to not hit my microphone every time. But
No, it's even-
that was progress. Yeah.
Don't ask me to sing Broadway songs.
No one asked for that.
But he gave it to us anyway.
Like theater kids do.
Yes.
The showman he is. He did intern for the CIA in the summers during high school, filing away.
What an internship.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking
There
nice.
should not be high school interns for
His
this.
dad works for the CIA, so he's just filing away like his dad's work.
Yeah, he's a
essentially.
little bitch boy.
Yeah.
Mailroom guy.
Just low-level documents. He ends up going to the University of Chicago for history and foreign cultures.
So he's super smart and is
Yeah.
clearly training from the beginning to be in the CIA.
No, he actually had no desire originally to be like.
Oh, he didn't want to be in the
career-
CIA? He just majored in history and foreign cultures?
Yeah, but
Wow, weird.
His
What a
true-
non-CIA combination of majors.
Yeah,
His
it's so
true
strange he had a
love.
minor of Russian.
his true love was the theater.
So he didn't major in theater in Chicago. He majored in CIA shit.
Well, he fails out of the University of Chicago because he can't stop going to the goddamn theater to perform. Okay.
He's
Why
getting
wouldn't
in.
you just major in theater?
I don't know. He just doesn't. He keeps skipping class and goes to do his performances, and yeah, he flunks out.
That makes no sense.
Something about an alcoholic father probably had something to do with it.
His dad probably pushed him a certain way.
Everyone's got an alcoholic dad. When my kid blames that on me, I'm going to be like, you know what?
You're right.
You were fine.
You're right.
You were fine.
So his old man actually cool with it, gets him another gig at the CIA. Just
what a perfect fucking you want to talk about golden parachutes?
College.
Golden parachutes, dude. Just like what a fucking fallback
Lord.
that.
he's a painter though. Okay, he's a hard laborer and a painter.
So he's a painter for the CIA.
Yeah, for the headquarters. Just kind of doing manual labor.
He's a fucking janitor.
Yeah, he's a fucking janitor.
That's how you work your way up. The CIA.
While he and his dad,
It's like the UPS stories where it's like he started out as a driver for UPS and now he's an executive, but it's like the CIA and you're like, oh, he started out painting and now he's ordering desks.
well, it's because his dad, kind of convinces him to re-enroll to another college, kind of get your shit together, make a little money while you're waiting to get in. He ends up going back to school.
Wait, hold on. Did his dad make him major in those things? I feel like that has to be what happened.
Probably.
'Cause if
Yeah,
he
that's what
likes
I was
theater,
saying. Yeah.
But he went to Chicago.
The place to do that.
Yeah, one of the best theater cities in the hemisphere.
The second best.
Second,
The
third.
second city.
Second,
It's
third.
the second
Second, third.
city.
Either
It's
way,
the second city.
Why is this here?
Because you keep
In
hitting my mic.
53, it's the second one.
And yeah, that's fine. And also though, but like those majors don't make sense for what he wants to do. And the University of Chicago, I guarantee, I don't put my laptop in front of me when I'm not hosting because I like to just react. But like, I guarantee University of Chicago has a great theater department.
Yeah, of course.
Well, goes back to George Washington University.
Oh yeah, just his fallback school.
This guy has a rough life.
Graduates in 1967 with a BA in history. And though he didn't originally plan to follow in Daddy's footsteps, he enters the junior officer training program for the CIA after building up several relationships at HQ and obviously nepotism.
By the way, it should be noted real quick, I love history, okay? Not beyond this podcast even, like I have loved history my whole life, okay? I have at no point ever wanted to major in history.
No.
Majoring in history is a fucking bitch.
So you can become a history teacher?
Well, it's not bad if you want to like go into law.
That's what my dad actually majored in, was history.
My dad too.
Yeah.
Majored in history, lawyer now.
Owns an appliance store. Yeah.
But like,
a very great one.
when you major in history, you have to write a fuck ton.
Yeah.
And all of it has to be annotated. Think about the worst papers you ever had to write. That's your whole fucking life.
No, I mean, that's kind of what poli-sci was. It's just,
Yeah.
you're constantly sourcing shit.
Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Totally get that being a film major,
No, yeah, literally same. I like writing where I just make things up.
Yeah.
I like my entire grade to be based on one paper.
Well, the nice thing, at least about political science, was they can't tell you you're wrong. Like, I don't think they can sit there and be like, no, you're wrong. Like, because
Unless you're
you're
say something
stupid,
crazy. Yeah.
if you're stupid, they can do that.
No, that
but
was the best part about creative writing is they can ding you for not formatting correctly or obviously like spelling wrong or something like that, but they can't ding you for not having talent.
Well, tell that to
Right. So screenwriting?
Oh, sure.
Tell that to the head of UCF film department because for my American cinema class, I wrote, a 10-page paper that was pretty well done, and he just disagreed with it and gave me a D.
That's hilarious.
I almost didn't graduate college because of this asshole. A few years later, though, he gets popped with child pornography and is now in jail. So, it's...
So what he disagreed with was your lack of naked children in the picture.
Right. So I think I won this
paper,
long term.
Did you just like shit on what's his name? What?
Romansky?
No.
The guy from Blue Mountain State?
No.
I know.
No, Roman Polanski.
Yeah.
Roman Polanski.
Yeah.
It's funnier.
I like
if
that.
Blue Mountain State
would have
guy.
been a lot better if I didn't fuck that
Dan,
up,
I
guys.
gotta say, like, that guy looking at naked kids doesn't mean you were right.
It was like objectively a good paper. He just disagrees.
Is it objective
was-
if you're the one saying it and wrote it?
Actually, what if it's the opposite? What if the paper was so bad that even a pedophile thought it was terrible? You never really looked at it from that angle. So
guess
bad
it's
that
not.
even a pedophile couldn't agree with
But
it.
do I want to be on the same side as the pedophile? I think not.
No, that's not what he's
You're already
saying.
not on the same side as a pedophile.
He's saying that the pedophile sat there for a second and said, I do a lot of terrible things, but I've never written anything like this.
Yeah. The pedophile was like, man, I've seen I do terrible stuff, but nothing as terrible as this paper.
Yeah.
D.
I've written some
Man, I
fan
never
fiction
really
that's
thought
worse
of
than
it
this.
that
Yeah.
way. Damn. Just going to spiral into...
Failed by a pedophile.
Yeah. Oh, you got D'd by
Well,
a
D'd
pedophile.
by a
You got D'd by a pedophile. We're on a roll, guys. This is awesome. I love it. Let's talk about the
Who are we
topic.
talking about?
Let's go into this.
What?
Yeah, so he gets obviously into the training program because of his dad and, talking up some people while he was painting and interning for the CIA.
What? He's like, hey there, yeah, painting this fucking wall. How's it going in Cuba?
Any missiles? Any missiles launching today?
Good Lord.
He
Who killed Kennedy?
Dude, I feel like janitors at the fucking CIA headquarters actually have some like knowledge.
Probably.
Yeah,
Definitely.
they got some dirt.
Especially during the acid tests.
Oh yeah, for
They're
sure.
doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
'Cause who cares what they're listening?
they probably just like assume that he doesn't speak English anyway. During the career trainee program, he meets his future wife, Nancy Sigbarth.
Wait, she also
She is in the trainee program,
Okay.
so she's becoming a CIA operative. The two agents get married in 1969.
can't be good.
Well, she actually punts on her career and resigns from the CIA because they have a policy where no married couples can be in the same office. And he's being sent to Turkey for his first assignment, and she wanted to follow him. So her options were to work in another office or follow him and resign from the CIA. She chooses
When's he being sent
to be
Turkey,
a
by the way?
housewife. 1969.
So that is missile crisis was early in the decade, but like Turkey's a hotspot. Turkey's kind of our Cuba, right? Our like friend, real fucking close.
Real close to the Russians.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's what we have. We're kind of set up shop in Turkey. His gig in Turkey is to recruit Soviet intelligence officers who would flip. He infiltrates the communist revolutionary youth organizations, but he's kind of a shit recruiter. Like he's not the guy you're putting at the front of your fraternity rush tent.
The former janitor
He's not on the face team?
who doesn't who would rather be singing and dancing. Ironically, he gets an acting job and won't even do it.
It's just never quite right.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing too. He likes. So you'll kind of pick up the theme that he likes to just be other people, which is kind of coincides with his acting. He just likes playing other characters.
He really doesn't like being himself, huh?
No, he has no confidence in himself whatsoever.
Probably because he's a painter, college dropout that got a daddy job at the CIA. But go on.
Well, he graduated college and now he's a CIA
To
operative.
be fair, sometimes it's just easier to pretend to be somebody else. One time in college, I pretended to be one of my fraternity brothers for a Halloween costume, and people liked me way better.
I
Were you
would
part of the all-face team? Were you front and center for Rush, or did they hide you in the back of the tent? Would they send you to go get beer?
Definitely.
It's funny that you guys had to do it in a tent.
You guys didn't have a tent? Well, we had a house too. But
The first day or whatever.
Memory Mall,
Yeah. Okay.
I was definitely forced to speak to way more people than I wanted to speak to.
Yeah, I was definitely front of house.
Yeah, in front of.
also, I had to go to all these like fucking the orientations and stuff. When you go to the ballroom and they just kind of walk around and they meet like all
that's
the
the
clubs and
worst.
stuff.
Never had to do the first that day.
That day's
day,
always the
dodged.
fucking
Fuck
worst.
that day.
Yeah.
You got to bring your fucking like trifold, like you're at a third grade science fair.
Oh yeah, the just try cardboard. We're Phyta.
We're a fraternity.
Here are trophies.
We do fun. We do for like you can't even be like we fuck or we like
Drink a
get
lot.
shit faced. It's just like
We raise
here's
money
our-
for starving children.
Yeah.
No, none of the cool shit. So yeah, he's a shit recruiter. So kind of mixed bag in Turkey. Gets moved back to HQ in 1972, and spends the next 4 years in the Soviet East European Division, the SE Division.
So he's
in Langley.
Yeah.
So he's really
So
following
he's back
in his.
America. He's back in
Back in
Langley.
America after 3 failed years in Turkey. Like not failed, but like they just kind of got the vibe. Like, yeah, this dude's not gonna flip anybody.
He's really following in his dad's footsteps. Then he goes on
weird,
foreign
by the way-
assignment and gets sent right
And
back.
gets sent right back.
Yeah.
Weird, by the way, in that.
And you'll see the apple does not fall far from the tree because he does eventually pick up a drinking problem as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
No,
As a
perfect.
young guy, he's handsome.
He's a handsome man.
Did you look him up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked him up. I saw him naked.
I want to see him.
Everyone kind of looks good in black and white though, right?
Yeah, it takes away a lot
black
of the
and white helps.
There's
as
not a
our
lot of
new,
discoloration.
Social girl said.
Yeah, Danny.
Yeah, Danny's
Danny's like
said that.
black and white makes everyone
Why'd
look
you
better.
make Dan's and Danny's here?
There's a lot of Dans. Oh God, I have a new nickname every week, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. He was a good-looking like young man though. He looks like
Handsome young fella.
he looks like literally like we were talking earlier, like a fucking pedophile later in life. Like he looks like Dennis. Actually, you know who he looks like? He looks like Dennis Rabbit.
You say this guy looks like
the
me,
BT.
you motherfucker?
The BTK killer.
He does look like he looks a lot like the BTK
you with
killer.
your glasses, Jake, and the
I-
mustache, the
I think-
pencil thin mustache.
Look up young. No, I disagree with that. Young guy kind of looks like you though. It's weird how bad looking he gets very quickly.
He ages
That's what
poorly.
evil does to people, dude.
yeah.
So gets moved back to HQ 1972. Next 4 years, kind of finds his groove. He's much better at planning the field ops and managing actions from the office than actually being out in the field.
Would you say he's good at choreographing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good stage manager.
Yeah.
He like his daddy. He develops that drinking problem, and it's
Daddy.
to to the point where it's like noted in his CIA file. It's like, oh, has a bit of a drinking problem.
Why wouldn't
is a bit
why
of
wouldn't
a
all of that
loose
be noted?
cannon.
They want to know everything about you. Like they're not. Of course, they're not going to note that.
Yeah, everything goes on your record.
Why is that even like an option though? It's like, all right, guy has a drinking problem. Probably don't give him like intelligence.
Yes, because he's going to get drunk or say it to someone or get drunk and get honeypotted.
Yeah, I was about to say honeypotted. It's
Yeah.
the first way to go, I
Some
feel like.
fucking believe it or not, the Russians have a fair amount of attractive women to throw at you.
Yeah,
No way.
sure do.
What?
Sure do. That actually never becomes a problem with him though. It's a different. It's a different nationality.
When
that
you were
hits
telling
him up.
about me, when you were telling me like earlier today about this guy that we were doing, we talked about this. So I was like, I wish that was the problem. Like I wish that's how he betrayed us.
Getting honeypotted?
Well,
Yeah.
It's the only basic animal urge
Yeah.
reasoning that
It's
I can
the only
see.
way I can sympathize in some way.
well, he
All right. Well,
in like a roundabout way, he is kind of honeypotted, but it's not by a Russian. And we'll get to that.
yeah.
Yeah. In 1976, he's moved to New York, where he oversees several Russian assets, receives several promotions and bonuses for his work management.
So presumably he's doing a good job.
Yeah, he's a player's coach. Like he is out there. Like
So they found a lane for him.
his lane was essentially, you're going to oversee all the Russian operatives that turn to the U.S. You're going to be kind of like their middleman
Okay.
for the U.S. government.
By the way, this is our second Soviet episode in a row. Are we communists?
Russia has a lot of cool stuff.
I mean,
almost.
Jake was pretty into burning. You a communist, bro?
No. I'm not a communist. I don't believe in centrally planned government.
You want the state to seize the means, bro?
No, I don't.
We have done several KGB episodes as well.
There's a
What else
lot
have
of
we done?
cool shit during the Cold War. What are we supposed to do? Not talk about it? I'm sorry.
It's fair. It's fair.
I want only ancient history from now on. Yeah, like what I cover 4000 BC to 1900.
We got the rest.
Yeah, you get the rest.
We get when all the cool stuff happens.
So yeah, totally good managing guys in the field. Wasn't super big on reporting finances and expenses on time.
Sure.
As you know, alcoholics would
Creatives as well.
tend to do. Yeah, creatives. Not the most detail oriented either. Once
Creative, yeah.
forgot a
Creative.
briefcase full of classified intel in the subway.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But was only verbally reprimanded. Didn't really face a whole lot of
come on,
punishment for
man.
that. Like,
Don't leave your fucking. I know your dad's pretty cool, but
Dude.
you can't leave
you just can't leave.
Can't leave the
nuclear
classified.
codes.
nuclear
Come on,
codes
man.
in the New York subway, man.
Just can't do it. We're against that.
Yeah, that's like rule number 2.
What would even happen? I mean, like, it would never.
It wouldn't make sense to a lot of people.
Anything lost on a subway train in New York would never make it into the hands of the Soviets.
No.
Like 4 hobos would find it.
That's fire.
It would become toilet paper and fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. The briefcase would get sold in some dinky market.
Yeah.
For like $20.
And then it's just crack
There's
cocaine.
no safer place to lose secrets
than
The New York subway. Yeah.
I believe that.
So that's probably why I only got like a verbal lashing than anything else.
They're like, well, at least you lost it there.
Yeah. Good place to lose it, dude. 1981, accepts a position in Mexico City while his wife stays in New York. This is kind of the start of the downward spiral.
All right. This is where he starts wishing he was in a community theater production of Bye Bye Birdie
Yeah, sure.
instead of where he was.
So drinking becomes a little bit more transparent.
Well, he's in Mexico City.
It's in Mexico City.
Do there?
Yeah.
Drink tequila.
And people don't realize how big fucking Mexico City is.
Fucking huge.
It's gigantic.
It's a megalopolis.
Yeah,
Like it's Mexico City is like New York City.
Yeah.
Like it's not like just a
There's
city.
not fucking pueblos around, dude. It's like a modern, like people, it's amazing to me how like Americans, sometimes they're like, oh, there's like nothing in Pakistan. It's like, except for, like Karachi,
Right.
which is one of the largest cities on earth.
Well, another funny thing about Mexico City is it's full of white people.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
They're like, oh yeah, there were Spanish here. Like we're used to like brown Mexicans because that's what's on the border, essentially. That's what's in the top third of the country.
sure.
Right? Like Mexicans with native heritage.
Right, yeah.
But there's a lot of Spanish Mexicans in Mexico City.
And there's more
specifically.
than just Mexicans in Mexico City as well.
A lot more.
Yeah, well,
It's an international city.
so drinking leads to Ames getting a little sloppy with his office work, and he actually comes across a Colombian informant by the name of Maria Rosario.
What year is this?
1981.
So this is kind of cocaine times.
This is peak Colombian powder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the cocaine years.
Yeah, this is when Pablo's popping off, right? 81. He's like late
Hippos all over the
70s.
place.
Yeah. I think Pablo's mid 80s.
Did we talk about hippos on this podcast?
Yeah, we did last time.
It always comes
It
back
comes
to
back to
Pablo
Pablo's
Escobar's.
Well, I don't
hippos.
remember if we talked. We had the Pablo guys on. The dude took him down on Drinking Bros. So I can't fucking remember.
It all blends together, but
We had the guys,
Yeah.
the DEA agents who posed with Pablo Escobar like he was a deer they killed.
That's awesome.
Like they literally did that. It was fucking ridiculous.
Pretty cool.
oh yeah, Agent Murphy. Yeah,
We had the Narcos guys.
yeah, the Narcos guys, Agent Murphy and Agent Pena. Shouts to them. He also gets into, while he's in Mexico City, he gets into a drunken shouting match with a Cuban official at a diplomatic reception where his superiors have to intervene and confront Ames about his boozing.
About what?
He was shouting at another diplomat
Do not
at a
shout
reception.
at a Cuban diplomat.
What was he shouting about him at?
Uh,
Like, hey, bro, fuck your communism. Or was he just like, no, you can't play. None of you guys can play in the MLB. Fuck you.
They did not actually get into specifics,
Yeah.
You
unfortunately.
think they're better than Ozzie Smith? Ozzie fucking Smith?
That had to be it, right?
Yeah, that was probably
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
George Brett? You fucking good at me? You better than George Brett? Fuck you. No, really, like, what the fuck? does he get?
It's one of two things. It's just bullshit or it's politics. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
it has- yeah.
so it's one thing. It's bullshit. Yeah, but
But also, when you're drunk, you're drunk.
yeah, it's like we're America. He's trying to swing some dick. I'm sure that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the Cuban diplomat commented on his mistress.
The Rosario.
Yeah, the Colombian informant.
Yeah.
Oh, he had a mistress.
yeah. You
the-
kind of glossed over that part.
The Maria Rosario, the Colombian informant, he falls in love with. So after this kind of shouting match with, and we'll get more into her later, but after this shouting match, he gets in with the Cuban diplomat. He's reassigned to Washington in 1983,
They just keep sending him back.
back to the same SE division where
Right.
he once thrived, hoping he'd get back on track. And he was in charge of all the Soviet counterintelligence and had access to all the CIA plans against the KGB and GRU, which is the Soviet military intelligence.
So he got shit-faced in Mexico City.
Met a Colombian chick.
Tried to bro down with a Cuban in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
Got sent back to D.C. and promoted to get more information.
Yep. Thinking that, that's just, he just needs a change in scenery.
Right. This is 3 times now in his life where he's failed upward. Yeah. And he drops out of college, goes back, gets a nice little hookup.
To be fair to the first one, I think he should have failed out of the University of Chicago because I think he was doing the wrong thing.
Sure, but what I'm saying, it's not.
From then on, though, he's choosing to do the wrong thing.
Right, yeah. It's a pattern that's reinforced by people above him.
Yeah, well, I think the first
his
one was
personality,
forced and he never saw it. And from then on, he's just going with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Maria Rosario wants to move back to D.C. with him. Only problem is, he's still married.
Yikes.
So,
but is she as hot as Maria Rosario? I got to think no. Maria Rosario is an attractive name.
That's an attractive name. I guess you got to go. I didn't actually look up photos of her. We'll have to do that after
I'm looking
the pod.
it up right now. You guys continue.
Jake's finding it.
All
It's
right.
fine.
He breaks the news to her, though, that this entire time he's been lying that he was actually a diplomat. Turns out, sorry, I work for the CIA.
To be fair, though, that's a great way to explain to a chick that you're, can't stay with her, or that you're cheating with someone else or whatever. You're just hey, just so you know, I am in the CIA, so, us banging from here on out is kind of a problem. I'm a spy and whatever, so it's fine, right?
Yeah.
And also, honestly, not the worst excuse to drop on your wife, right? Hey, I am a spy. It's for America, baby.
You mean his wife that was also former CIA who punted on her career so she could be with him?
Yeah, but then you just say, she's like, I was CIA too. And then you're just like, you've been in the CIA in fucking 10 years. You don't know what it's like anymore, okay? This is what I had to do.
Shit's changed.
Yeah, shit's changed, dude. You don't fucking know, okay? This is what it's like now in the CIA. Are you in the CIA now? Are you in the CIA now? No, you're not in the CIA now? Okay, well then don't tell me what it's like to be in the CIA now.
She's caught off guard.
Dude, I would win that argument.
Maria Rosario.
1,000 times in a row.
She's caught off guard that it's not a diplomat, that he lied, but she's in too deep. She loves him. But really, she just loves spending his money. Loves to shop.
What money does he have?
Bitches be shopping.
His dad was in the CIA. He's in the CIA. They don't make piss money.
Nah. All right.
Yeah, but they don't.
So we'll get to
ball.
the point where this becomes a problem.
Yeah.
This is actually how he gets exposed long term.
This is the whole problem.
There's a massive hole. It's CIA operatives at this time make a certain amount of money, and then he's spending
a lot more than that.
A lot more than that.
Okay.
It's kind of a dead giveaway, and we'll touch on that later. But brings her to DC. They get a place together for her for a few months.
And she knows he's married at this point?
Well, yeah, she already knows he's married.
She's in on it.
But she's still just down to clown.
She's spending money.
She's spending his money. Actually, when she's arrested later on,
Does he have kids?
No.
No kids?
No kids.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. When she's arrested later on, they actually found on her in their house over 60 purses, 500 pairs of shoes and lingerie, and she loves to shop. Big old shopping.
Bitches be shopping.
Bitches be shopping.
Like you said.
She ends up going back to DC with him for a few months where she's kind of cool, kind of being that side hoe. But eventually she's like, you got to break up with your wife. Gives him an ultimatum, and he finally caves. Files for divorce against Nancy. They reach a settlement where Ames is on the hook for the couple's debt and has to pay a monthly alimony for 3.5 years, which ends up being about $50,000.
So he got fucking murdered.
Yeah, his divorce lawyer was dog shit, is what I'm hearing.
Did he have a divorce?
Yeah, did he represent himself?
Doesn't really sound like he had a lawyer or representation.
He won nothing.
He must have admitted everything.
I mean, granted,
yeah.
I will say, divorce laws or whatever that type of shit and custody laws are really tilted against men. Even now, let alone then. But even still, good Lord.
She took him to the woodshed. And also, he's also in a massive hole from credit card debt because Maria
Bitches be shopping.
She keeps
She likes
on
to spend.
She keeps
Yeah.
on spending. And he has to keep up this image when he's around her. So he's getting like the finest tailored suits, gets his teeth capped. Yeah, so he's spending money on himself and kind
Just
of
to
improving
fuck
his
her?
looks. Just a fucker, man. So Ames would later say,
I really need to see a picture of this girl. Yeah. Seen a picture of him.
I pulled a picture. I can only find like old pictures of her though.
I don't need a
80s, though.
current one. I don't need 2020.
It's the 80s. I feel like we could find something kind of recent.
Yeah, 2020 is going to do me no good.
No, for sure not. But yeah, he's in massive credit card debt. He's on the hook for this alimony. And Ames would later say this was a financial burden that contributed to him selling secrets to the Russians. So it kind of makes
But-
it's starting. The picture is making a little bit more sense.
He needed to get out of the hole.
Right. It's like, if somebody has a gambling problem and they just start borrowing from other friends and.
Now, hold on. I need
Okay, here's the
closer.
picture. Here's the picture.
one?
The Colombian.
That's those two
Yeah.
on the beach.
Oh. No.
Not risking it all for that.
No.
At no point would I betray my country or divorce my wife for that.
No. She got.
No.
You guys don't know what happens behind closed doors.
You know what? Ames could have done better. I'll say it.
I will say it too. He easily could have done better.
That's what you break your
Like
marriage
the
up for?
ladies behind him in the photo are even more attractive than her.
It's pretty bad.
She must have had a magical pussy.
And you know what? It's one thing to leave your wife for her. It's another thing.
To leave your country?
Yeah, that's where it gets
Well,
kinda wild.
leaving your wife
And
is
put
shitty.
yourself into a fucking debt hole.
Leaving your wife is up there for this is up there on shitty things to do, but committing treason is another.
Do you think? Oh, here's a fun
Yeah,
question.
also, like, the CIA's
here's a
always
question.
been there for you.
What do you
Like,
think
it's
what
always
do you-
just been this, like, failed net.
What do you think is worse? Betraying your wife or betraying your country?
You're for sure treason.
One you can be hung for or hanged for.
No. I mean, morally in your own mind, not what the consequences.
They're probably equal because
Do
they
you think
both
Snowden
require
cheats on his wife?
they both
You
require
never took an oath for your country.
no as
never-
a CIA agent you do.
That's true. That's mean anyone in general.
Oh,
Back
anyone
then,
in general?
Did they back then?
Jake,
This is
what would be
pretty new.
worse if I cheated on Courtney or if I cheated on America?
How did you cheat on America?
Yeah, what'd you do?
By selling secrets that got people killed, I guess. I don't know.
That's worse. If
Yeah,
you
that
got
is
someone
worse. That's
killed,
much
it's
worse.
very much
Yeah,
it's
much
easier
worse.
to
It's much worse. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, if it's
That's
like,
fair.
oh, I sold some tech shit to China for $3 million, it's like, well, I
I
mean,
actually think that would be worse too. Tech secrets. That would be worse.
Yeah, but it's not like what Snowden is technically a traitor for just pretty much telling
the truth.
the truth.
But
right?
he didn't
Yeah.
sell the truth to other people.
He
So
just-
yeah, but that is also technically treason, right? He exposed state secrets.
No, if it was treason, he'd be
Dead already.
back.
Yeah.
It's not treason. If it was treason, he'd be expedited, whatever the fuck,
Extradited.
extradited. Yeah, he wouldn't. He's the reason he's not extradited is because it's not treason.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. So
We wouldn't
obviously,
be fucking around with that.
Ames is in this financial burden. He begins making contact with the Soviet embassy. Starts with intel he believed was essentially useless, and just to establish credibility with the Soviets. In April 1985, he sets up a lunch with with a few Soviet diplomats that the CIA actually knows about. It's on the books. But the CIA is under the belief that he's trying to flip the KGB agents to their side and get
So he's
Soviet
like a triple
secrets.
agent.
Yeah, a little triple agent action.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm trying to flip them, but he's getting flipped.
yeah. He brings a note saying that he'd exchanged the names of Russian agents who were working for the U.S. for $50,000.
Okay.
Pretty convenient number. He's just like, get out of jail free card for the divorce.
the alimony,
Yeah,
and
just-
yeah.
So he doesn't go higher than what he fucking owes.
No, because he's a fucking 3-time failure. Like, yeah, he does the bare minimum.
He's like, I don't want to make any money off of this. I
I was
just want to
gonna
get
say
out of
this
this
right now.
hole.
This guy could never have played Jean Valjean.
Who's that again?
I'm just doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Les Mis?
Oh yeah.
This guy was not capable of playing Jean Valjean.
Okay.
Fuck him.
So diplomats don't show, has a few vodkas, heads over to the Russian embassy and hands over the note. He
He's like, well, gotta put this plan into action somehow. Let me slam some booze.
He's just like, take me down to the paradise city. Tossing shit around.
Just goes to the embassy and just bang, here you go. Doesn't hear anything for a month, but the diplomat he was originally supposed to have lunch with, Sergei Chokov, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Choke off.
Yeah.
Choke off.
Reaches out, they meet. Ames lists two agents, Russian agents that work for the U.S. in exchange for the $50,000.
So
Sergei is happy to oblige, gives
he
them
got
his
two people
cash.
murdered.
Well, those agents, yes, were later flown back to the Soviet Union and were executed.
For $25,000 a piece.
A pop, yeah.
Now, if you want to do the inflation stuff, you're probably talking about he made $100,000.
Yeah, back then
Probably
for sure.
double it.
Yeah.
Still, though, would
So
you
fuck them.
let two people get murdered for $100,000?
Two Russians, though. They're not U.S. These are Russian assets.
I think my
For America.
For America, yeah.
I think my nationality has nothing to do with the morality of this at this point. I'm not letting two people die because I wanted $100,000, unless they
That's
they were
two teacher salaries.
But again, also not money that's going to your pocket. It's going
no,
straight
you're breaking
to your ex-wife.
even. You're breaking even.
Just to break even.
This guy would. I would love to be this guy's bookie.
Oh, I'd love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just fucking make bank, dude.
This guy's a total fucking square.
Yeah, like as soon he is a square, and as soon as like he gets down, I just be, hey man, you want to double up on this shit bet? Like try it. You want to try it out?
Come on, you can do it.
Yeah,
double
come
it up.
on, man, just double it.
Oh well, this is the point of the show where Rob takes his piss break.
Yeah. Did you drink all three of those while we were sitting there?
We're presented by DraftKings.
Are we?
And yeah, you can actually get a live line right now on how long it'll take Rob to take his piss break.
Put me in for 2.5
Over-under
minutes.
is 45 seconds.
Oh, over. Slamming the over on that
Slam
one.
that over right
Slam
now.
that over. Go to DraftKings.com where you
Use
can.
the promo code BROS.
I don't know. Man. No, the fact that he pulled like a drunk frat kid move where it's like, he was like waiting for a ride from the pledges to the bar. He's like, take forever. He's like, I'm gonna just go. I'm going to the bar. I'll walk a mile. I'll walk 2 miles. I don't give a shit.
Just goes to the embassy straight
Yeah.
up. Hands him the same note that he was going to give to to Sergey.
It's all right. Come on.
And then has to wait a month for an answer.
Yeah.
Gets the answer. Gets his $50K.
Gets two dudes dead.
Gets two guys murked. So
You know what? Just fuck Rob. Keep going. It's past 45 seconds. Go ahead. He doesn't need to hear it.
no, he's back. Now he's grabbing another drink.
Oh, well.
There he is.
He's talking like he.
Did we time that? Coop, did we get a time on that for how long it took him to take a piss?
It was probably like,
Give or take,
I
like
would say 36 seconds.
under? The under hit? A little over 45. Okay, so the over hit.
Slam the 45, guys.
Again, use that promo code BROS at DraftKings. And he's back with his ranch waters.
DraftKings is tight.
Yeah, I agree. We finally have a sponsor.
Yep.
A little free shout out. So he begins the rest. Blah, blah.
Yes, you just kept going.
No, I know. I figured I'd wait for you, but
We did a bit.
we were doing a little bit of a bit. So yeah, but once this happens, there's kind of no going back. Later on in the interview, he says once he crossed that line, it was pretty much like, yeah, this is my life now. I have to just keep moving forward. I got to keep chugging along.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
got to
do
keep going
you?
with that treason, man.
Do you? Like, do
It's like
you
my
need
hands
to?
are dirty. I have dirty hands.
No, he wanted.
I can no longer wash them.
That is a
You should have
bullshit.
been like, I committed a little bit of treason to get like even deeper for you guys.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, like, it's a little bit of treason, sure. Like, he could have stopped right there. It's his logic where it's like, oh, I'd already crossed that line is bullshit. He's like, I'm still trying to bang this Colombian lady who has fancy taste, so I need more money. That's immediately what popped into his head. He's like, okay, this works for payment. I know this works. I'm not caught, so I'm going to keep going. That's what happened.
Right. No, actually, he kind of settles down, sees what's wrong, and he reports himself, and he gets arrested. No, he doesn't do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Summer of 1985, Ames walks out of the CIA headquarters with 7 pounds of classified information wrapped in plastic bags. This is known as the big dump. I'm not even like I didn't make that up. That's literally in the book.
Legendary in the CIA. It's the big dump.
The big dump.
That's also what they referred to him as before he did this.
I love that at one point he walked out of Langley with 7 pounds of anything wrapped in plastic.
Like a
what
trash
do you
bag.
got there?
This guy's just got like a 52-gallon trash bag.
Yeah.
Like what are you
like-
what are you doing?
Aldrich, that better be cocaine. Like, that better be
You just
cocaine.
taking the coke? Nah, it's papers.
Documents.
Inside the documents of the big dump, it pretty much gives up every spy working for us, all of our eyes on the Kremlin.
So his clearance was like about as high as you could fucking get.
Yeah, no, he's overseeing this entire division at this point. So, he has access to everything for every asset and intelligence officer that works for the U.S. that is part of Russia, just giving us intel. He gets more, what he says is more money than he could ever spend for these actions. And also 10 U.S. agents are eliminated from this intel. The money was good.
So Americans.
So 10 Americans were killed by Russians once their identifications were discovered by the Soviets.
It is capitalism.
Because of the big dump.
Bang a lady that liked heels
And lingerie.
and lingerie.
So in a roundabout way, kind of a honeypot, but
Yeah.
not really.
No, because
Not at all.
it's not directly. Yeah, like
No.
he's a wuss,
he's-
basically.
Yeah, he just wants to pay to
He's a
play.
simp.
Yeah,
He's a giant simp.
He is a simp.
He's a fucking simp.
Massive
Homer Simpson.
feeder
A
simp.
simpleton.
Yeah,
Hey.
a simple plan.
I mean, the money was good, but he also figured at this point, with their demise, kind of lessens the odds of him being discovered for his own espionage.
Well, with the people he got killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, hey, they die. It kind of covers my ass, too.
Yeah. At no point America was like, man, all of our guys are being killed. That's weird.
And it kind of does because this is 1985. He doesn't actually get discovered for another decade.
So until like 1995,
1994.
1994. Okay, so how does he get discovered?
That's where we're going right now.
Yeah, I want to know.
So CIA knew they had a mole with the death of these 10 agents.
Yeah. They were like, man, everyone's dead. That's fucking
That's
weird.
usually a red flag.
Feels like a big red flag.
But they focused their attention on the wrong agent. There's a man by the name of Edward Lee Howard, who at around this time was also caught leaking information to the Soviets. And he was...
Did they focus on the wrong agent? I mean, he's also a traitor, right?
He was also a traitor, but he was not responsible for these agents' deaths. And the KGB kind of like did a little false flag operation, so they would kind of shift that towards Edward Lee Howard, so they would clear Ames of
Their actual
any
useful
suspicion.
guy's name.
Yeah.
So the KGB was very obviously they laid out the red carpet for Ames. Like anything he needed, they would kind of do it.
I mean, he took a big dump for him.
The biggest of dumps.
The big dump.
The big dump. So, once he's apprehended, more intelligent agents start to get murked again. So it's clear Eddie Lee Howard, not the culprit, not the guy.
Yeah.
Soviet handlers actually apologized to Ames for potentially linking him to the mole for taking out all these assets under his wing.
Like, oh, shit, dude.
Sorry.
Got a little sloppy there.
They're
We're
also
trying to murder them more spaced out.
Yeah, sorry we did it like all orchestrated at the same time.
Yeah. Like, dude, we should have done it like once every year.
But you got to kill moles when we got them. Yeah.
Also, here's what I don't get. When you find out who the moles are, why murder them?
Oh, yeah. Let them be useful idiots at that point. Yeah.
Why not feed them dog shit information?
See what gets through.
Or flip them. I mean, like during World War II, during World War II, the British and Americans found literally pretty much every German spy and flipped them to double agent.
Yeah, but the moles aren't getting murked. They're getting apprehended by the CIA. So, like, Edward Lee Howard goes to jail.
No, he's talking about the Russian moles on the Russian side.
Why aren't the Russians being like, okay, like, I mean, that's
they have
total control.
They have mole factories. They don't need like.
That's total control to know who they fucking are.
Yeah, no, it is a trump card. It's very interesting that they just killed them all really quickly.
Is it just to like flex?
Possibly. I mean, that's always a thing. Send a message. But why would you send a message to the CIA that we know all your shit?
Yeah.
Like, you would not want them to know that you know their shit.
Dumb shit.
In a roundabout way, they kind of put Ames in a pretty compromising position. They're like, I'm kind of putting this on you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Ames should have been like, hey, look, I'll tell you who the agents are, but, like, you can't just kill them as soon as I tell you.
Yeah, no.
Like, I
mean,
can't hire a guy and then you shoot him in the head.
and that's why Russia probably didn't fare so well.
They're not smart.
Yeah, I mean, that's giving up the golden.
Good.
That's giving up the golden goose.
Yeah.
Because you want to like crack a couple eggs. I don't know how to make that metaphor.
In the words of Hank Hill, that was back when we didn't know the Russians were incompetent.
Well, even with all of this, Ames was still not the main suspect at the time because
even after the other guy?
Yeah, even after all these other guys.
Jesus.
all these other assets are getting murked after Edward Lee Howard goes to jail. They still think there's a mole, but they're like, it can't possibly be Aldrich.
Why would they think it can't possibly be him?
So there's this, I was kind of reading into this. They had this kind of like weird pride about the CIA, people that work there for like their life, like
So
the
it was the
lifers in the
nepotism.
CIA.
Yeah. So it was the
They're like,
family.
there's like this guy, there's no way that he would turn his back on us.
It can't be that guy. His dad worked here.
Yeah.
Right. You know, his dad, he's worked here his whole life. He started as an intern and has moved his way all the way up to
Forget
kinda head this.
about his slutty wife that keeps buying everything.
Yeah, it's so weird.
That's not a red flag at all. We like how the
They have to know his finances.
How the fuck do you know he has a drinking problem, but you don't know the much more like easily trackable thing of his wife has a spending problem and that he's in debt?
Hey, man.
It would take. There are private companies that know the three of us are in some sort of debt one way or the other pretty like explicitly.
Shouts to Discover.
Yeah. And this fucking CIA doesn't know that this guy's running up credit cards with Louboutin fucking heels and shit?
Well, he thought of this, right? To cover this up, he just transfers money to his wife's family and says that he married into money. So he after the divorce goes through, he marries
That is dog
Maria.
shit work on the CIA's part.
I agree. But this was his cover. So Ames keeps, obviously, he keeps going to lunches with Sergey, ultimately receives a total of like $4.6 million for his info, which allowed him to live this pretty lavish lifestyle.
Especially in 85.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's well beyond the means of a CIA salary, which is around, he's like making $60K.
Yeah. That's still good money,
Well,
but not.
60K and yeah, back then.
That's great money, but
That's six figs now.
But
yeah.
I mean, he marries Maria once the divorce goes through in August of 1985. Claims she comes from family money. She doesn't. Her family's actually like
Because she's Colombian.
piss poor.
She's from Colombia.
But again, keeps wiring money to his new in-laws to keep up with appearances.
Good God.
But the longer this goes on, Ames and Maria's relationship gets rockier, and she keeps spending more and more of his money to stay happy.
As one does.
Things just kind of come to a head once a colleague of Ames, Diana Wortham, heads over to the house. Maria, she's a friend of Maria's too now.
Okay.
They just have a brand new house. She comes over and she kind of comes over for coffee, comments about, what they're going to do for curtains in their new house. And Maria says she was hiring a designer to take care of it. Diana, knowing how much Ames makes, is like, okay, this is starting to smell. Reports it to the FBI, who was currently leading a mole hunting team in the CIA. And
Man.
from that point, the CIA
Well,
or the,
to be fair,
the
the
FBI
CIA is not allowed to do shit inside the United States.
Right.
So you presumably, I'm sure Dan Holloway could come in here and blast a billion holes in this, but
Yeah.
presumably it would be incumbent upon the FBI to do anything about
you would
things
probably
inside
want
the borders.
You would probably want some kind of siloing of the intelligence agency or
Right.
the three-letter agency that's in, you can't. It's like, are you gonna have the CIA investigate the CIA? Yeah, like
Right. So the
that only works
FBI,
for police
at
departments.
this point, the FBI has their sights solely on Ames. And I mean, between the suits, the teeth, he's got a brand new Jaguar, a new house, monthly phone bill of over $6,000 because his fucking wife just keeps calling Colombia and her family. He gets called into
$6,000
a month, yeah.
in what year?
Phone bills in
No, in what year?
like 1989.
A $6,000 phone bill would bankrupt me today.
I mean, dude, like you got to think how much long distance calling costs too, though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's absurd.
My point being, her husband's supposedly only supposed to make $60,000 a year,
He's paying that in phone bills.
and he's spending a tenth of a month. You said?
Yeah.
So she's spending more on phones alone, or on phone bills alone, than he makes in a year.
Well, no one says he's good at covering his tracks.
Well,
Yeah, clearly.
Apparently, the CIA is like, well,
He's a sloppy alcoholic who only is like...
he's been getting away with it for multiple years at this point.
Because he has tenure at the CIA, so they're like, oh, you know, he's a good guy.
This is the old thing where it's like if you're wearing rose-colored glasses, all red flags look like flags.
Yeah.
It's just like, whatever. Oh, no, tenure. This is great. We have this idealism about like people that have worked here a long time. That's such a weird thing to do when you work directly with people that infiltrate things and turn them over. Like, how do you think that way?
Also, man, I got to say, I don't know how much this holds true one way or the other, but I think it's equally as likely that if your dad was a part of an organization that you hold dear, or a part of a profession that you hold dear, even a part of an organization, it's equally as likely that you will revere it as you will resent it in a way that, like, or that you will dismiss it. You'll be dismissive of it. You know what I mean? That you won't care. Or
you won't take it as
seriously. You'll be
seriously.
resentive and dismissive of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's 50-50 to me.
Yeah.
Like, you will either be extra obsessed with it and you will be big into it, or you will be like, fuck my dad.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, this dad's bullshit.
Yeah,
like,
my dad.
Dad always had a boner for this shit. I don't
So
really
it's
care.
weird to me that the CIA would only consider the former, when really it should be either or. Yes, they are right. Like, there are a lot of people who like, if they're like, oh, our dad was like, his dad was into this, or her dad was into this, that, like, yes, they would be fucking zealots about it.
But also, maybe if you think so highly of your organization, you might also have that kind of thought that, like, there's no way he would, you know.
It's hubris is all it is. Yeah. I mean, it's not.
You know what one of my favorite lines from any movie is? You remember The Good Shepherd?
Oh, yeah. About the forming of the CIA?
Yeah, when he was like, the guy, like at the very end of the movie, the guy was like, I forget who it was, but he was like, yeah, they wanted to call it the CIA. And we said, no, it's just CIA. And they were like, why? And like, well, you don't say the God.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's a great movie.
Great
actually.
line.
I'm probably
The Good Shepherd is actually fucking awesome.
That quote alone should explain this entire situation. Right?
Yeah.
FBI has their sights on Ames. He gets called into a general meeting with the FBI, not to question him, but to, like, just ask about some of his coworkers. So if it seems like he's just kind of giving them intel about who could possibly be a mole without him being the suspect. While he's in the meeting, they throw a tracking device on his car. They bug his house. They go through his trash. They find a bunch of notes that are incriminating, obviously financial records, a bunch of other things. Every time he met with somebody, he was recruiting for the CIA when he's going to these lunches with Russian assets. The next day, he would put money into his own account.
Oh my God, this guy's an idiot.
Wow, really
Very sloppy.
Covering his tracks, yeah.
February 21st, 1994. So even like fucking 5 years later it takes to build up this case. Arlington, Virginia, FBI makes their move.
To be fair, though, you do need to.
You have to build a case. That's a thing.
Jump early.
Yeah, no, because if you can't peg him for something,
and
then
also if you finally figure out that guy's doing something, why not? It's more useful to you to watch him.
Well, that's a dance you got to play, right? That's like a dance you got to do, because you have to not only you need enough substantial evidence to put him away for good. Like, you need to. The FBI is not going to jump the gun and risk the chance of blowing it. Yeah. They're gonna build that case, and as they're building that case, they're also gonna get more shit just to prove it. They need all of it. Yeah.
It's a good lesson with actually anything.
Yeah.
In terms of legal stuff, I don't want to get political here, but like with the George Floyd thing that's happening now, like you want them to be able, if you want any sort of justice, you gotta be like, you want them to be able to convict, right?
Yeah.
You can't just be like, treason.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Or whatever. Like, you need to like,
You can't rush through, and that's why
you can't rush it, and you need to build a case, and you need to seek charges you can get.
Right, and that's the thing that always kind of frustrated me when going into like the political comments and like on stories and things like that developing, especially on Reddit, because they'd be like, "Why can't they just do it now?" With like the impeachment stuff, it's like, do you guys want this to happen? Like, one, it's not going to happen because of how procedure works, but two, like, they need to have it fucking down pat.
And also, by the way, I guess we can skip it if you hate precedent.
Yeah.
Right? Do you never think they'll be turned around?
No.
No? Only favor you ever? Only
Right.
The rules will only help you?
No, yeah,
That's the thing you do will only ever.
It's really interesting how that got shown. The asses got shown there for sure. Like where it's like, God, there's a lot of similarities between like Amy Coney Barrett and Merrick Garland. There, people were like taking the complete opposite side of the fence there.
Yeah. The 100% flip-flop. And by the way,
The filibuster thing
Merrick
is
Garland and Amy Coney Barrett both deserve to be on the bench. Both.
Yeah, sure,
Both.
sure.
100%.
While they're it's if they're in power, that's when they got it.
Who replaced Merrick Garland?
It was Neil Gorsuch. Neil Gorsuch
is the only
is
one
fine.
that doesn't deserve to be on the bench because Garland should have been on there.
Yeah, but Neil Gorsuch is a fine pick
Coney
too.
Barrett's fine.
No, yeah, there was some bullshit of blockage by Mitch McConnell, but either way, like, I mean, Neil Gorsuch isn't like some fucking spring chicken terrible judge.
Anyway.
Like,
No.
yeah, sorry,
Back to Ames.
we'll go back to Ames.
It's funny how, it takes a while to build these goddamn cases.
Yeah,
So back to Ames, February 21st, 1994. Lights up a cig, gets in his red Jaguar, gets a call from his boss coming to office.
This guy's a walking midlife crisis.
that's all I'm hearing in that description.
For sure listening to that song. Starts driving, gets to a stoplight, and that's when they swoop in. They surround him. Knows the jig is up.
Yeah, this is when Rolling Stones' "Gimme Shelter" comes on when they start swooping in.
Yeah. Or Beyond Blue Eyes or whatever.
Oh, sure. Yeah, by the Who. Yes.
No one knows what it's like
It's "Gimme Shelter."
to be the
We're going
bad
with the Limp
man.
Bizkit cover of Behind Blue Eyes.
That is the worst cover that's ever existed of any song.
Be the
ever.
sad man.
Fred Durst, that made me so mad when that came
Beyond
out.
Blue
I was
Eyes.
young too. It was just like, I mean,
Still.
yeah, I was just
Yeah,
like,
dude, Noki's playing in the background.
What?
Rolling.
Yeah. Anyway.
So he pleads guilty on April 28th.
Wait, when did he get pulled over?
February 21st.
Oh, wow. So that's a fast guilty plea.
Yeah, he
was immediately like,
he knew.
Yeah.
You guys know.
he's like, I'm not very good at covering it up, am I? Receives life imprisonment. Still in jail right now. I believe he's 79. But yeah, he's still in jail. No chance of parole.
Committed treason, literally.
It's a miracle he's not dead.
Lucky he's alive.
Yeah.
For his cooperation, though, his wife received only a 5-year prison sentence for tax evasion and conspiracy to commit espionage.
Did she have to pay any money?
I assume they
She
forfeited all
Yeah,
assets.
they had to
Yeah.
forfeit all
All
assets.
assets,
Yeah.
come
Okay.
But
they
she
got the
only got,
house,
but
they
only
got-
5 years.
5 years.
Only 5
5
years.
years ain't shit for that.
Well,
oh my
what-
god.
what did
she
she do?
actually didn't do anything.
Yeah, she didn't
She
really do
spent money.
She knew.
She knew, but that's not like she wasn't abetting. I guess she is kind of
Honestly,
abetting
she
it,
kind of was the spark that ignited this off.
she didn't go in and give the information to anybody. She spent money. Obviously, she knew she's complicit, but she's not the one doing the action.
I'm fine with what she got.
Yeah.
Fuck her.
Whatever. Yeah.
Not a good person. Clearly helped. Probably knew some shit.
But,
fuck her.
I mean,
how
the
many
fact-
people died? How many Americans died?
at
12.
least no, so at least 10.
Yeah, she can eat
Directly responsible for at least 10, and then obviously connected
Yeah.
to
She can
multiple
go ahead
others.
and eat she
So
can eat-
probably like
Yeah.
anywhere, like probably a few dozen.
shit. Yeah, she can eat some shit.
Yeah, for sure.
She can go ahead and spend some time.
And
in jail.
I think the reason why he's not dead is because he pled. He pled out.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's probably what saved his
Also,
life.
wait, when did he get convicted? There was a stay on federal executions for a long time. Trump actually reinstated it.
So 94.
There was
April
a stay on
20th, 94.
federal executions for a long time.
That might have been. I mean,
So
yeah.
when was the Oklahoma City bombing?
93?
Because
95?
McVeigh was the last federal execution, I think.
Really? You
Yeah.
sure?
There's been a stay on it for a while. Trump reinstated
Oh, there's state executions, though, yeah.
Yeah. No, and under Trump,
95.
There were new.
April 19th, 1995.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
like
so he pled.
exactly a year later.
Yeah, there was a stay on federal execution for a while, and Trump reinstated it. We federally killed a few guys, and now it's back to. I think the death penalty's fucking stupid. Not because I think the death penalty's stupid, because
It's the legal system.
well, we rightfully allow people to appeal like a billion times.
You can appeal like up until you're about to die.
Yeah, to not die.
I think it's
which is
unlimited.
fair-
It's
which
totally
is-
fair.
Which is fair. You should be able to appeal once you want to not die. So let's just take away the dying option.
Well, yeah, no, I mean the cost of it gunking up the legal system.
it's
Yeah,
goddamn
it's
insane.
cheaper to keep someone alive in prison for a long time, forever until they die.
Infinitely cheaper.
Yeah, then I mean it's low overhead compared to the legal fees it cost and the time it
Yeah.
takes and resources to be in the courtroom for the appeals that are
only-
nonstop.
my only
By the
question
way,
is-
you don't have a PD. You don't have some fucking low level blue collar public defender in there.
No.
But when you're on federal death row, I've worked for law firms that do that shit. These are big dick lawyers.
Yeah,
that
I mean-
have a huge fucking fee.
Yeah, that and
That's on the taxpayer.
that's both on the defense and the prosecution
Yes,
too. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean you're not talking about like some whatever
Yeah.
underling at the DA.
Yeah.
Like you're talking about the biggest baddest motherfuckers out there. Yeah.
So yeah, I would say he'd probably be in Guantanamo if it was later, but obviously that wasn't set up until after 9/11.
He wouldn't need to be going.
Yeah, they would have no reason to conceal the fact he was there.
What's the one in Kansas? Leavenworth. I feel like you're a
Leavenworth?
Leavenworth guy.
Oh shit, is that like a federal prison? That's
That's like a federal soldier prison. I don't know off the top of my head. Coop, do you know?
got that.
Yeah, it's, I can't remember the name of it, but or what they call it.
Oh.
But that's where the soldiers go.
Soldiers go
Yeah.
there when cool.
And he is not a soldier.
I've actually been
but
to
like a
Leavenworth, Kansas.
Government
where-
employee. Yeah.
It's actually a nice town.
What, Leavenworth?
Yeah. It was for a wedding, and I tried to fly my
You went to Leavenworth for a wedding?
for a wedding, and I was trying to fly a drone, but it was too close to the prison, so they wouldn't let me fly my drone.
Oh. Well,
That's funny.
I know. But yeah, that's Aldrich Ames. What do you guys think? What are your takeaways from this?
If your wife wants you to spend so much money and you can't afford it, just say no.
Before giving up your
yeah.
country?
There's so many steps that could have been taken there. Like maybe don't cheat on your wife in Mexico City and marry her. But
With like a girl that was probably grosser than your wife.
How old was he when he got married to his first wife?
You're going to make me do math, huh?
Yeah, because young marriages typically don't go well. I will say this, first off.
They got married in 69. He was born in
41, so he's
28?
28.
27 or 28, probably.
Yeah, that's how old
That's
I
a
was when I
decent
got married.
marriage age,
yeah.
Especially then.
Especially.
Oh yeah, that's a little
actually
late then. Yeah. No, a lot of people are getting.
Do what you love. Don't hate who you do.
Oh, that's good. Is that you didn't think of that, did you?
I did
No,
just now.
No, you didn't.
I swear to God, it just came out of my brain.
Don't swear to God. You're
Gleason told me that the other day.
I don't
He got
know.
mad at me for
My takeaway is there's just no vagina that's worth trading your entire country in for. This beautiful flag.
Rob's
behind
hugging the flag now.
There really is no amount of pussy worth federal prison.
No, because then that's
Definitely
none.
no one vagina. And I saw the picture of her, and that super duper isn't worth federal prison.
it. Sure isn't.
She better be hot
Yep.
and like awesome.
Yep.
You better be like, fuck, dude. I don't even know, like prime Taylor Swift or something. I mean, like,
Wow,
just
really? Taylor Swift? Not even
bananas
Taylor Swift.
Shit. I don't know.
Taylor Swift's a
I don't know.
stick.
Alexander Daddario, like, fuck.
No,
anyone.
there is no one. It's like that was just a joke. You better be hot. You shouldn't do that. Like period.
The
There is no level of hotness that's going to land me
here's
in
the
federal
lesson-
prison.
Here's the lesson from this week, actually. Helen of Troy doesn't exist.
Yeah. Or you know how, when guys are like the things I do for that. It's
No.
Not this.
Yeah.
Wouldn't do
I would
this.
actually rather eat a mile of her shit. You know, like, I need a mile of her shit just to fucking
See where it came from. Yeah.
Just to drink her bathwater.
Would rather do that than spend the rest of my life in federal prison.
You would die.
Also, getting several of your friends and agents killed.
Yeah, killing 10 plus people minimum.
So,
The ultimate simp.
And bitches be shopping.
He was a simpleton. He simped.
It was a simple
Simped
plan.
hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for tuning in. You got any closing thoughts you were about to say?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Please
Obviously,
leave a review.
Tell
your
friends
friends.
about the podcast, of course. Leave a 5-star review.
You can find us
At
at
Softcore History on Instagram.
yeah.
We
You
don't-
It's our
we don't
only
want anything
social
else.
media
Yeah, we
page.
don't want anything else.
actually created a Twitter, but I'm sitting on it.
but like
Yeah.
Twitter's.
I just don't really want
It's
to
too
do
much.
it. Yeah.
Update that. I barely like updating the fucking.
Yeah, and you can
Instagram.
find us at Softcore History on YouTube, and then I believe we're trying to add to. I think we're also going to go on the Drinkin' Bro History Channel page with the Icona Blast podcast with Coop and Joel.
Definitely check that out as
Nice.
well.
Check that out.
They get
I'll have to
balls
check.
deep into Christopher Columbus. They got like a 6-part Christopher Columbus.
Dude, they got like
Oh, you got
13
deep
episodes
research,
out
Coop?
They dropped once.
Oh damn, dude! I actually do have to. I love like the
Yeah.
6-piece, like 7-piece, just
If you
deep
make-
cut
And
stuff.
then they burn
Yeah.
the figurines of the guys they burn on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh really?
After the podcast.
Oh,
yeah.
that's great.
It's pretty cool.
I'll
got a
definitely be
whole-
checking
we got
that
a
out.
whole
That's awesome.
history.
Yeah.
There's a whole history section of Drinker Bro stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's
we'll
tight.
probably get onto that channel pretty soon. But yeah, we'll be on YouTube as well for Softcore History. Just search that. Obviously, Apple, Spotify, wherever you find podcasts. Again, leave a review. And yeah, we'll see you next week. You just got soft served.